I'm Anthony Forrest, the president of Steel COD, and I'm here with John Beresford, our VP of Sales, ready to discuss all things appliances. All right, John, the Whirlpool 2-in-1 removable agitator top-load washer seems genius, right? You get your agitator for when you need to agitate your clothes. You yank that bad boy out and you're putting in California King comforters. You get everything you could possibly imagine, right? The customer's going to put the agitator back, right? After they've taken it out once, they're going to keep putting it back and going back and forth.
Yeah, right.
We're counting on the user doing that. So I don't get the problem with this laundry. It sounds perfect to me.
So yeah, when it's framed out, and it has been framed out that way as a preference decision, it's a nightmare, right? I mean, it should be positioned as a situational performance decision, okay? And here's the reason why, right? Top load washers, that's what we're talking about here. They were designed around agitators, right? They didn't just make the machine and say, oh, all right, we'll put this in. They were literally designed around agitators. And when you remove them, you're not just gaining space at that point. What's really happening is you're losing control of your wash entirely, right? And for the industry just keeps kind of glossing over that fact, right? We keep seeing these impeller models, get introduced to the market when they've been proven to be ineffective time and time again. And this one's no different if you sell it as kind of that optional kind of a preference tool.
So really it needs to be presented as when you pull the agitator out, you get one load and the machine shuts down until you put the agitator back, right? Because it's got to be said the agitator is a must-have.
Yeah, I mean, listen, without an agitator, right? I mean, top loaders, you're asking a top loader to rely on water movement alone, right? And that creates problems super fast because all the things that you hear are true. Loads tangle and clothes just kind of ball up and water doesn't move evenly throughout the fabric, right? I mean, people kind of praise that as like the impeller models as being like gentle, but it's not. It's just poor saturation, right? I mean, when clothes wrap around each other, detergent can't possibly reach everything, right? Which means that soil isn't releasing evenly. And then customers notice all the time when clothes come out that either still smell or aren't even wet sometimes in the middle or partially dirty in some cases. So look, I would tell you this, if space is a priority, the honest answer is always the simple answer, and it's go get a front loader. That's the answer, right? Front load washers are built for tumbling, not twisting. They give us, they use gravity and drum rotation to move water through the load and evenly, and that's what makes large capacity actually work. Top loaders don't work that way. So when you remove the agitator just to gain space, you're asking the machine to do a job that it was never designed for.
So you're not saying avoid this model, but just make sure the customer really knows when you remove the agitator, you are taking a step back in terms of cleaning performance.
100%. Listen, there are very specific situations where an impeller wash makes sense in a top loader, right? I mean, and we're talking very specific, like singular bulky items, right? A king size comforter like you talked about, a thick quilt, a large pet bed, something like that makes sense. Even softer items, I'll grant you this, right? The ones that really don't benefit from that aggressive kind of mechanical action that an agitator gives you, something like a throw blanket or a bath mat or just, I don't know, decorative pillows. I mean, whatever. Like in those cases, you're not trying to scrub off soil out of this, layered clothing. You're really trying to move water through one large item without twisting it into a knot, right? And that's when removing an agitator can actually help.
We drop a new episode every day of the week, including weekends. Don't forget to rate and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.